Okay, fight fans and fight fiends, welcome back to Manny's Thoughts. I, of course, Manny MTL or Manny Montreal. Make sure to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and of course, thefightcity.com. As usual, I'll give you guys my thoughts on what's going down in the world of combat sports. Let's get started. Happy New Year's, everybody. Very first episode of the new year, 2018. Happy you guys are checking in on me. So, as far as congratulations go, I don't have that many to give out. Congratulations, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Made it look easy against Barboza. A lot of people are talking about him sidestepping McGregor, but, I mean, let's see him versus Tony Ferguson. I'd be very interested in that. It's going to be a good fight nonetheless. Congratulations, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Now, as far as news is concerned, speaking of Khabib, it seems like, although there's been a lot of press about Dana White going into the boxing world, the most recent news is that Conor McGregor is not interested in fighting in MMA unless he's going to get paid his worth. I could have predicted this was going to happen. He got a taste of real money from boxing, and now, well, hopefully it trickles over to MMA. Some fighters are getting paid well, but it's still a major issue, so hopefully something works out from McGregor doing all of this. So as far as news is concerned, a little local news, the WBC seems to be sanctioning the Adonis Stevenson versus Badu Jack fight. Also an eliminator between Alexander Godic, can't say his last name, versus Eleider Alvarez. Supposedly winner faces winner, but I mean, what kind of water does that hold? The WBC's been playing with Eleider Alvarez for 2 years now. Thankfully, at least he's getting paid well. Hopefully he gets some nice step-aside money from this. I'm a little disappointed, but it is what it is. Hopefully Adonis doesn't retire if he beats Badu Jack, and hopefully we get Eleider versus Adonis. Now, as far as what we can watch this week, there isn't much to talk about, folks. Literally. There's a couple fights in China and Uzbekistan, but really crossing my fingers on Facebook on that, but chances are not very likely. Not a lot of fights to watch, so I'm going to take this time to just talk about myself a little bit. Some of you are new to this channel, don't know who I am. Some of you know me, but don't exactly know what I do. So hopefully this will kind of help everybody out. The bottom line is this. The real truth of it is, I'm not entirely sure what I am and what I'm doing. I just know the stuff that I want to do and the stuff that I think should be done, and I try and do that. That being said, I don't always accomplish everything I want to do, nor does it look the way I want it to look, but the way I see it, my joy is in trying. Now, a couple years ago, I started taking pictures. That was a whole new thing. I just started figuring out, like, we're 3-4 years into this now, and I just started figuring out my camera. So, I mean, I've gotten crazy opportunities. I got to hang out with Luce Bute during his entire comeback. I got to be at the Grant Brothers for almost 2 years, just taking pictures on the regular and getting better and practicing. I got to practice with some really, really cool individuals, and that led me to making friends and contacts and doing interviews and getting stuff done for other people. I handle social media accounts. I handle fighters' social media accounts, a couple businesses. It's not great money, but it's okay money. I don't really get paid for any of my boxing journalism stuff. The money comes in from me handling Instagram accounts or going to take pictures or, doing an interview and getting paid for it. I.e., by the way, I got a brand new video up with Special K Brooke, Kid G, and Golden Boy Sid when they were here in Montreal. They talk about their upcoming fight. That should be on this channel now. Point being, I took a piece of that interview and I sold it, so I made a bit of cash that way. In the end, I don't really require that much money because I get by with very little and I'm very happy that way. But, I mean, things come up. right now, as we speak, I'm gonna be negative $500. So basically, the next couple weeks are gonna be hustling to try and cover that. But that doesn't cover next month, and then I gotta hustle to cover next month. It's a constant hustle. That being said, I'm happy. Know that I'm happy, and this is what I want to do. I've done other jobs. I could pick up and stop doing this immediately and get a job. I'm able-bodied, and I've had several jobs in my lifetime. This is the only thing that's ever brought me this kind of joy. And if I can, I'm going to do this to the day I die. I like going to amateur shows. I like going to pro shows. If I could, I'd go to them all. Really. What holds me back, for example, is like in February, we might be having a fight in Quebec City. Or something big happens in New York, and I kind of want to go because I get the press passes for it because I've, gotten a lot of contacts. And thanks to the Fight City, I could basically ask for a press pass almost anywhere. So it's not an issue of not getting the access I need. It's an issue of getting there sometimes, or booking a room, or just making sure I eat for the 3 days I'm in New York. So even Quebec City, it's only 2.5 hours away, but if I want to try and make the weigh-ins, and then the fight the next day, and then I want to be there for the whole thing. I don't want to rush out of there. I want to leave as late as humanly possible, catch every single second I can. Then the idea would be to sleep there. And then there's the whole either take my car and spend gas, or, and my car's not great. Or take public transit, which I've done, which is super great, by the way, they're trained. But all that costs money. And I've had some sponsors, and I have some current sponsors right now. But like I said, it's not so much about getting by day to day, because I am doing that. But when little things come up, when snow tires are needed, or my license needs to be renewed, or I need to try and get a room, that's when these issues come up. The other side of things that I have an issue with is obviously upgrading software and camera equipment. And, it's not just spending the money, because I got to get the skills to do those things, and I gotta learn this new software. So it's great that I could go out and buy something tomorrow, but if I can't use it, it's not useful to me. So I gotta upgrade, but upgrade smart, and again, that costs money. So trips and upgrading equipment, and just bringing you more of this, which I know I can do, and there's plenty of subject matter. Trust me, there's so much stuff we can cover, especially in my city. Then even on the outside, if we start talking about the world, there's so much stuff. I could literally talk about fighting every day. And that would, in the end, be my ultimate joy. So, I'll throw up my Patreon account. I do PayPal. You guys can hit me up if there's a boxing personality, or even an MMA personality, anybody in the fight world here that you would like to talk to, or that you would like to get an interview from, I'm your man. Go ahead, hit me up. We can do email transfers, PayPal. Like I said, I also got my Patreon up. You guys can become supporters. I got tiers on there. You guys can buy me a coffee. You guys can buy me a shot of whiskey. You can become part of something. I've only gotten one Patreon subscriber so far, but he's reaped some benefits from it so far, and I feel like he's gotten his money worth, and hopefully I'll be able to do more for him as well. That being said, I do believe in doing something for the money, so it's not a question of asking for charity, although you can tip me $1 or $3 if you want, but I have legitimate things on there. You guys can get little prize packs every 3 months. You can end up joining the team if that's what you want to do, because I do need help, and that's the other thing. This is an open invitation. There is stuff in this city I can't cover. There's stuff I don't feel comfortable covering. I'm a big fan of MMA, and I believe there's a lot of personalities in Montreal that know their MMA and would know it better than me. And I just can't find anybody with the desire to do what I do, I guess, for MMA. If I could, I would do more, and that's the bottom line. So, go ahead and hit up the website. Go check out the link. Go to Patreon. Become a Fight Fiend. and help support my dream and my cause. Bottom line is this: I want to thank all of you. I want to thank all the subscribers, all the people that watch this video, all the people that share my stuff on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, all the people that like my stuff, all the people that check in on my different accounts and just chime in and talk boxing with me and talk fighting in general with me. I want to thank everybody, basically, who's a fan of this page. Whether you like it or not, if you watch this video, you're technically a fight fiend. So you may as well go through with the rest of the ritual. That's the way I see it. Make sure you check out next week's video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. I'll see you guys next week.